Welcome back to Open Window Politics. Today we're going to be doing a prediction between Governor Gavin Newsom on the Democratic side versus J.D. Vance on the Republican side. So we'll start off here by looking at the odds of the U.S. presidential race in 2028, of which party the betting markets think will become victorious and win the presidency. It is currently a definite Democrat advantage, roughly 60-40, slightly better for the Democrats, but it is fairly close, but really all presidential elections are generally fairly close, so this isn't too crazy. We'll be going through each of these key states as well as the swing district in Nebraska. We'll start out with the state of Nevada. I'm tempted to put Nevada into the tilt, but I think a more realistic would be in the lean. This state did go red in 2024. It kind of shocked the nation. It had kind of for quite a while been a Democratic, I wouldn't say stronghold, but definitely one of the more favorable Democratic states as far as the ballpark swing states go. It went blue in 2016, 2020, and it just flipped red in 2024. We've seen some key voting demographic groups shift away from, well, in 2024 that shifted away from Democrats, but I think we will see, starting with the midterms this fall, this November, we'll see many of those changes kind of change and revert back to Democrats. We'll see what happens, but for now, I think if the election were to be held today between these two candidates, Nevada would be in the lean blue margin. Next up, we're going to get to, I'm going to change New Mexico to likely. The next state is going to be Arizona. This state I generally predicted for the Republican, J.D. Vance, but just with that was when it was generally a 50-50 market. Now things have definitely improved for the Democrats, and I think that the general approval rating of Trump right now and Republicans in general will be low enough to result in a Democratic victory in Arizona. I think it'll still be close, but this isn't too far out of the realm in an environment slightly less favorable to Democrats than right now, 2020. Biden was able to win the state of Arizona, so I think it's a real possibility. And then next up, we'll be heading over to the district here in Omaha, in the Omaha region of Nebraska. This one I feel pretty confident in calling. Going to put that into the lean blue margin. This district even went blue for Harris in 2024, and that was definitely a bad showing for Democrats on the national landscape, but this was kind of the one blue dot that was a somewhat competitive race that ended up going blue for Harris. So I think that district will probably get further into the Democratic Party's column with a more extensive margin. I don't think it would be anything too crazy, but like 3 to 5 points I think is very reasonable. And then we're going to head over to the state of Georgia. Georgia, I think this state would be a Newsom victory. This one I'm hesitant to call. It's one of the ones I'm more hesitant to call. I think that Vance has a real chance in here. I think Vance has a really good shot in Arizona, Georgia, and North Carolina. For Georgia, though, I think it would be close enough that I'm going to put it into Newsom's column. For North Carolina, however, though, I'm less confident in that. I think that state will remain with the Democrats. It would take a 2008 level kind of momentum for Democrats and national environment to win this state. I think in the long run, the Sunbelt states will become more Democratic friendly. But as far as the state of North Carolina goes, if the presidential election were to be called today, held today, I think it would go to the Republican, J.D. Vance, and that brings us to 259 to 235 with Governor Newsom leading. We'll go now to the state of Wisconsin and end with Pennsylvania. Wisconsin, I think the state is, if I remember correctly, it was the closest of the 2024 swing states, so I think Democrats, it would not take much for this state to go back to the Democrats as far as it did in 2020. And I think Democrats have a good shot here. Next up, we have the state of Michigan. It's got 15 electoral college votes. I think Michigan is, I think Republicans really have a chance. I think the most Republican-friendly state is Pennsylvania as far as the 3 Rust Belt states go in terms of which state Vance would have the best opportunity of winning. But I think in this case, the 3 Rust Belt states would vote together, resulting in a Democratic victory for Governor Newsom to 303 to J.D. Vance's 235. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.